Australia have just announced their squad for the World Test Championship final and the opening two tests of the Ashes series. David Warner has been included in Australia's touring party for the ICC World Test Championship final against India at the Oval and the first two tests against England in the Ashes. Warner remains in the frame to be selected for the World Test Championship final that starts on June 7th after recovering from an elbow injury which he sustained during the Test series in India in February. The Aussies will be buoyed by the return of Pat Cummins to captain the squad after leaving the tour of India early to be with his sick and ailing mother in Australia. The 17 players selected will be available for selection in the World Test Championship final against India and the opening two tests of the Ashes at Edgbaston and Lords. The selectors will evaluate the makeup of the squad after the second Ashes test with the option to make changes for the remaining matches against England at Headingley, Old Trafford and the Oval. David Warner will have the opportunity to turn around a recent record that includes one century in 32 innings going back to the start of 2021, while the opener averaged 9.5 on the last Ashes tour in 2019. Usman Khawaja is included in the squad and is expected to take one of the opener positions, while Marcus Harris and Matthew Renshaw are options to partner the veteran at the top of the order. Marcus Harris has been recalled to the squad along with all-rounder Mitchell Marsh and wicketkeeper Josh Inglis, while Aston Agar, Peter Handscomb, Mitchell Swepson and Matt Kuhneman were not retained from the squad that toured India. The World Test Championship final is the culmination of more than 2 years of consistent performance at the Test level by the team and the individuals involved, leading into an Ashes series which is always highly anticipated. The Australians would also be buoyed by the return of Josh Hazlewood into their side. Josh Hazlewood missed the entire tour of India due to injury. However, their opening and middle order batting remains a huge concern, especially during the Ashes. Apart from Steve Smith and Marnus Labuschagne, their entire batting order is not stable. Cameron Green is a good prospect in the middle order, but Matthew Renshaw, from what we have seen in India, is a huge problem. Renshaw doesn't have the confidence nor the technique to survive against England in against the spinning ball against the likes of Anderson and Broad. And Marcus Harris is also coming back into the side. A left-hander against Stuart Broad has always been a problem. David Warner has been dismissed by Broad multiple times in his Test career. So the opening is a huge concern for the Aussies. And in the middle order, they haven't still found their proper wicketkeeper batsman in Alex Carey. Alex Carey has been too aggressive in his tour to India and has played rather rash shots and gotten himself out in crunch situations. In England, where the ball will be swinging, where the pressure will be high, his technique will be at test once again. So the Australians will have their hands full. Also, a thing to watch out for would be how England's approach will be against the likes of Starc, Hazlewood, Cummins, and Lyon. The so-called Bazball has been successful against every team that they have played against. But the Australian bowling attack is probably the best in the world. The likes of Mitchell Starc, Josh Hazlewood, Pat Cummins, they're all tall, fast bowlers who hit the deck hard and who bowl in the high 140s. So, to be able to come down the track and smash them to all parts of the ground would be a big challenge in itself. For the Aussies to be successful, Steve Smith and Marnus Labuschagne have to score big. Because if you look at the team, there is no one else in the middle who can score runs, who would bring any sort of confidence to that batting lineup. Even David Warner is at the end of his career and he was struggling for runs throughout this summer. Apart from that, the likes of Carey, English, Love, Marsh doesn't instill much confidence. So let me know in the comment section what you feel. And if you like the content, please like and subscribe to the channel.